Well, if I need to know, the machine shop may interact.
Just had a lovely conversation over at the treasurer's office with the sweet lady Renee at that desk. She's really sweet. Like talking to her. She got one of the flyers. Let's see. The event is lighting up. Senate. Got 2 in. I think we are actually go into some offices. Got some little ones running around here. As you can see, it's cleared out. There weren't too many people that actually wanted to talk, but I do have a loud voice, and I can tell you, there's a lot of people that are probably talking about Title 50 of the U.S. Code, which is one of the things I'm being most loud about in the PrEP Act. So when the politicians in D.C. vote that the military can use weapons against you, and they put it into law, those politicians, every one of them who voted for that, that's treason against the American people, and using the U.S. military against us is sick. The most powerful military in the world, you call it, and it's poisoning us and deploying directed energy weapons against us. All right. Oh, she knows I'm a little fired up. We're going to go in and talk to Senate staff here in a little while. I just want to hang around here for it gets back. Here's the North. How's it going? You like the Capitol?
Yeah.
I got viewers on right now. They're checking the Capitol out. You've been here before? It's beautiful, isn't it?
I've been here.
This is a beautiful Capitol.
It is. It really is.
Were you here for the event today? Aeronautics event?
I'm fixing I got to meet with one of the reps in there.
How have you had access? How do you feel like you've got good access to your representative here? And
I think so. Yeah. I called and set a meeting and asked how and they sent me an appointment. And it was pretty simple.
So if you guys hear, you call. They usually do that, but we also want to let you know that we've actually come, and you can actually come up in these aids, and they'll take an appointment at the desk. Actually, they're very nice, they're very polite. Yep, yeah. So Oklahoma, they got a unique thing with politics. Were you aware that they killed SB 430?
No, I don't know what that is.
That was the bill. 32 states had put forth some legislation to stop the stratospheric aerosol injections, the chemtrails that they're hitting us with. It was actually killed in the subcommittee. You didn't know that? Look up Title 50, U.S. Code, subsection 1520, and you'll see where politicians in D.C. authorize the military to experiment with us, and they're using barium, aluminum, sulfides, all kinds of chemicals. Your next rad towers, those Doppler radars, they embedded military-directed energy weapon equipment. Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, Desert Research Institute, Los Alamos National Laboratory, Boeing Company. There's extensive details on these government patents and military contracts. And even the conservatives killed this bill. So we're trying to get pressure to let people know. Look up Title 50, U.S. Code 15, subsection 1528. Read that. It'll blow your mind. That's not a conspiracy. I've been doing this a while. Thank you. You have a good day, sir. One at a time. Hold on, I'm looking. Stairs, May, Brinsky. I think we have cards for them. Let's go up and talk to some more.
The most prestigious academic scholarship in the world. And I predict there's a Rhodes Scholar here. I predict there's a Rhodes Scholar right here. He came back from law school, he got a law degree, and he ran for Congress. And he serving in Congress 24 years, he was elected Speaker of the House of Representatives. And he served 6 years as Speaker of the House in Washington. And to this day, he holds the record that the Oklahoman who has served the highest national office in our country. He served in office from 46 to 76. Now, this painting is also by Charles Banks Wilson. This is the original painting. And I want to share with you how important it is.
The next generation. How y'all doing? I'm looking for a list of the ones that were on the subcommittees that killed the bill SB 430. Well, there's multiple subcommittees that you have to go through to even get it up before a committee, right? So we're looking for every person who voted against SB 430 to kill it so it wouldn't be heard this year. There's 31 other states right now that have enacted some sort of ban on the stratospheric aerosol injections. You have Dane Wigington of Geoengineering Watch is now allegedly working with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to address chemtrails. But the problem we have is the military's embedded weapons within our infrastructure, from our cell towers to our Doppler radar towers, the next rack. So we have the whistleblowers, the military whistleblowers who come out, and those that worked in the military industrial complex, from Raytheon, those that worked in military intelligence, those worked with the Air Force that were dealing with researching the ecological impact of spraying us with poisons. We want to know the name of every single one who voted against or spoke out against SB 430, calling it a conspiracy. Because according to the current administration and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., it's not a conspiracy. Marjorie Taylor Greene came out, it's not a conspiracy. And then Trump acknowledged 2.5 weeks ago that we're being sprayed with something, but he doesn't know what it is. So everyone has seen those three pieces of information come out, and we want to know the Oklahoma politicians who voted against protecting our children from being poisoned by the military. Okay, thank you very much. How you doing, sir? So they got the youth thing going out. And I think they're going around, and these are like your honor roll students, your kids, those of you that kids that are just knuckling it down in school, they'll get to come attend these events. That was actually on the schedule after the aeronautics event this morning. And we are in House of Representatives. We have spoken with several of these representatives, these aides.
Way past time.
Yes, ma'am.
Apparently that's a Senate bill.
Okay.
Not Senate bills yet.
Okay, so you want to go up to the Senate office? That would be where we want to go? Okay. Were you aware of this Title 50 of U.S. Code that permitted the U.S. military to use chemical agents, biological agents, and directed energy weapons against us? They voted for it in D.C. It's called Title Code U.S. 50. If you look it up, subsection 1520, they wrote exemptions. What they did is they put a bill that said it's illegal to use chemical agents, biological agents, and directed energy weapons against America. When you get to subsection, the PrEP Act, they said it is legal under these three terms. And for decades, just well before this bill passed, they gave them federal authorization. They've been doing it. They've been knowingly dispersing us and experimenting on us. We're under live military exercises because Congress voted to give military the authorization to use weapons against us. Your crazy weather, you went from 800 tornadoes in 1980 in this nation to 1,700 last year. It's crazy, right? Well, every next rat tower they put up is actually a directed energy weapon that's manipulating the sky particles with the HARP units. And the military just built a massive compound in the Arctic, and they're looking to seize Greenland strategically because that has the ability to affect the nations all across the world, not just the U.S. And it's being tied into the next rat towers that built in Mexico. Venezuela and Argentina gets those contracts, so it doesn't look like the U.S. military is doing it. We've done extensive research. The military is doing this. The administration is slow walking this, and we want to put it to a stop. So Title 50, 1520A, military's not bigger than God, man. It ain't bigger than God, and we love the Lord. So I appreciate it. You were very pleasant. I tell everybody every time I come here, you guys are awesome. Thank you. You have a good day. So we're going to go to the Senate to confirm what we already knew, but no one can say House. You got to plant the seed everywhere. I actually gave the Treasury Department flyers, information. That lady actually scanned. She might be watching right now. If you are, we love you. Thank you for watching VOP News. But very interesting. Most of these people are unaware that D.C. has authorized the military to use weapons against us. They're going to have to see civil unrest a threat before they stop it. There's your House of Reps. We're going to go around. Senate's on the other side. I want to come up here. Circle round. And right. Okay, it's open. You know what's crazy is you guys can go in these conference rooms. You should come up in groups and sit down and have meetings. This is your capital. Those rooms are empty most of the time we're out here, and you can schedule to have one. Yes. Or just show up if no one's using it. It's not scheduled. No one's going to tell you you have to leave. Check your charger connection. Okay. Battery's running low. There's the scholars. Continuing the tour. And this right here is the Senate chamber. So we're gonna wait patiently here. It's going to be very interesting when you guys see Senator Fritz, who's on the Committee for Aeronautics. What do you think he voted for on SB 430? It's amazing when you can get the Democrats and the Republicans to agree on something in Oklahoma. And they all jumped up to protect the military-industrial complex and their not-so-secret weather weapons system that they're using against us. Oh, no. I get to hang out a little longer here. Having issues here. All right. That's actually an interesting painting. Oh, that's what it is. They're giving the kids a tour real quick. You have anybody here yet? Is there anybody here? I'm trying to get a roll call. I'm trying to get a roll call sheet printed out so it comes from the official Senate chambers on SB 430.
I have no idea. You gotta talk to the lawyer.
Should I go over to Senate staff or someone come here?
No, this is closed for the day. This
They're
is
closed
only
for-
during session, yeah. You
All
have to
right.
go to the staff.
Okay.
Either on one,
Well, they got to print me out a roll call. Where would you send me? Where would you go if you were me?
that's a good question.
Because if it was a House bill, they'd be able to just print me up the roll call at that desk over there. So I know I would probably get it right here from the staff here. We just pull it up on the computer.
They do things completely different than we do.
Do they? Okay.
My recommendation would probably go to 3.
Go to 3.
3 north.
3
That's
north.
Where the Senate office staff is.
Okay.
HR. That would be the only thing I can think of.
Okay. Perfect. 3 north.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And
Do you?
I'm fairly new. I just started last year, so I'm not a wealth of knowledge.
What's it like working here?
Oh, it's fun.
It's a nice capital. I've been telling a lot of my subscribers and viewers it's beautiful here. And then you have no problem accessing your public officials.
No, we have full transparency.
We're one in 1,000 people to get out here and start going to their offices.
It's a people's
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
We welcome all.
Amen. God is good. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna go up. You
I
said
wish I could help more, but
you just did 3rd floor.
yes, sir. If they can't help you, ask them.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, we'll go back up to the 3rd. Wait, down, I mean. Senate staff. I'm looking for a printout. I need a roll call. SB 430, the Senate bill. It didn't make it past the committees. We're looking for a roll call sheet of who prevented that from going forward. It was a Senate bill, so.
What, do you have the number of the bill?
Yeah, it's SB 430. In fact, I actually, it's amazing it was killed because the FBI has actually criminal complaints that's been filed because of this, the stratospheric aerosol injections. It was they labeled it chemtrail bill.
This is showing it hasn't gone to the floor yet.
Well, it was reported as killed. That is being stopped by the legislators. We talked to one of the aides, actually, who said that the conservatives were moving in to block it. So as of right now, even though it's not officially killed, they said they're going to kill it, and I take them at their word. Because, you know, when they want to kill something, they usually kill it. Do you know when the next subcommittee meeting is on that, if they have that scheduled? Because that'd be one way to know if it's being pushed forward or not. And from my understanding, it's been killed from the good old boys. Yes, ma'am, with the chemtrails.
This is the prohibiting intentional injections.
Stratospheric aerosol injections,
Didn't
yeah.
make it out of committee.
Yeah, we want to know why they said the conservatives had lined up against it. And I'm just wondering, it didn't make it out of committee, so we want to know everyone who was on that committee. And I'd like to find whoever was trying to fight for it, because I'm a journalist. I've been covering this. The FBI has formal complaints against me and a whistleblower. We handed documents. I met with Agent Rich twice in the Oklahoma City FBI office. They're continuing to poison us, and I'm an independent investigative journalist. And so we have military contract whistleblowers from Raytheon, Lockheed Martin. They've all come out, and they've talked specifically about the weather weapon system. And our military just built a massive complex in the Arctic. And the NEXRAD towers are being utilized to disperse, repel air masses, increase winds. And this is all from NOAA research. So if you look at like Desert Research Institute, Los Alamos National Laboratory, the Boeing Company. So what we're trying to do is get the individuals who said it's a conspiracy, because we brought proof to the FBI. There's an official complaint, and I am the victim. They tried to civilly commit me. They tried to falsely imprison me, and God protected me. But I'm going to finish doing my work. And in Oklahoma, your NEXRAD data, I got data from your NEXRAD towers. And when Helene came up on the East Coast, you were the furthest western grid with the NEXRAD towers that pushed and repelled Helene over western North Carolina. It worked in conjunction with 100 other NEXRAD installations. We had the data, and it caused that storm to spin over western North Carolina. And on September 27th, when all the NEXRAD data were active, Doug Emhoff, sitting vice president, husband of Kamala Harris, made his investments for the lithium mining that's going on in that area. And I was on the ground for 4.5 months. I've interviewed over 100 survivors who says this isn't a hurricane. This was a weapon used against us. They said their skies were being poisoned just like they do ours every day for weeks leading up to it. And I'm here on behalf of all those families, because Oklahoma, you have 3 directed energy weapons I'm looking at right now. And I told the FBI I'm going after if something doesn't get done. And we need somebody to do something, please.
Well, I don't know about the whole comment about conservatives going up against it, because a lot of I would say a lot of the authors that joined in on it would be considered our conservatives, and Jets and Sacchieri. But are you just needing to know who the committee members are?
Yes.
Okay. So it was sent to the Energy Committee. So let me go pull up the Energy Committee membership.
Unless y'all can pull it up real fast.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. I get a little worked up talking about it, but I've been doing this a while, and you get tired of repeating the same thing.
I have that right here, Amy.
Oh, perfect. The devil drinks coffee. Did you read Jesus Drinks Tea?
No.
That's a good one. Find that one and read it. There's got to be one called Jesus Drinks Tea if one says devil drinks coffee. And for those watching. This is a neat little thing we put out when people don't know the difference between the contrail and the chemtrail. And we thank you, Clifford, Lori Kramer, Jeff Rentz, so many of you people. For years you were trying to stop this. And you paved the way. God bless you. It's time to push the line back further than it's ever been. If you want to file a complaint and you live in the state of Oklahoma, you can call this number and go through the ring around, or you just go straight up to FBI headquarters. That's all we did. Go to the gate, push the button, tell them you want to file a complaint. Guard will come out, give you a form, fill it out. The feds will be in contact with you. They were in contact with me within 5 business days. We already had 2 meetings. And we're available to talk more once they have the information that I'm looking for, and they've done some things that they said they were going to do.
Okay. And those are the members of the NGP.
Thank you. And so are we clear on the bill itself? So it's not being heard for the next legislation, right? Because they've already cleared all of it.
It
It didn't make the
come out
cut.
of committee.
Okay.
So it's basically for this year dead.
So it's dead for this year. And so next year, unless now the governor has the right to declare an emergency session, especially in the event, because we've been the governor's office, the AG, I've reported this to everybody.
Let's not jump to emergency sessions.
Okay.
And if there was a House bill filed on the same subject, that bill may be alive. I wouldn't know if there's a House bill filed on it. And the language in that bill, so that bill number can't continue on. But the language in that bill, if there's another bill in the same title, whatever title that language is in, is willing to allow an amendment to a different bill that did make it pass and include. So there's still ways to continue the meat of the bill in this session. It's just going to take some different steps than just it being the standing bill. Does that make any sense at all?
Yes, with the people that still have faith in trying to find a political solution to this, I mean, there are people that are hoping these laws will get passed and it'll be enforced. You know, Tennessee passed, Texas passed, 31 states. We were hoping Oklahoma would be the 32nd. People that still want to go through this, would you recommend for this particular bill that they reach out to the senators that were on the original committee and be guided as to how they keep that bill alive and hopefully pushed forward rapidly?
I would talk to that committee simply because I would definitely talk to the chairman, because what I don't know right now is whether or not it was ever scheduled to be heard and then they just decided, they ran out of time or whatever. I would talk to the chairman, because whoever that chairman is if it was never scheduled to be heard, it was that chairman that decided not to schedule it as a bill to be heard within the committee. So, you'd want to talk to the chairman to see, you know, hey, why was this held up? What can we do to maybe, you know, because they do have a way to, you know, there's a way to suspend the rules and to say, you know, like, hey, this didn't make it out of committee, but we're gonna make it, you know, we're gonna push it forward anyway.
Okay.
And Representative Bowles was the House author. They may know of a bill over there that's.
Right.
Was the House, what was the House rep? Because when I asked them, they didn't have no bill. They looked it up. They didn't have any.
And they may not have, that's
Okay.
what I'm saying, the House may not have a bill that matched it, but the House author for this one was Representative Bowles. And,
Okay.
Just a second, I can give you his phone number.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
and I'm trying to think of, but I would go and talk to, it looks like some co-authors that signed on to that bill was Jet, Sacchieri, and Fricks.
Fricks was
Who was the original author?
co-authored by Fricks and Bowles.
I've been to Fritz's office and I talked to his staff, so.
Okay.
Bowles is in 244.
244.
on the House.
244 House side. Okay.
But,
So that'd be down, the next floor down that north hallway.
Yes. Thank you.
yeah, so, yeah, it looks like Senator Jets and Senator Fritz's office would be your other senators that you want to talk to be like, hey, how can we keep this language alive for this session?
Okay. Now, is it possible for this to be forwarded to the senators that are on, or do I have to go door to door again?
We can't do that, it's a different
It's-
Senate business,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
We don't leave our desk here.
All right. No,
Well,
I
there's that,
appreciate
there's
you ladies.
that,
God bless you. Very helpful.
Yeah, I was like,
Very
that,
helpful.
and we can only do Senate work. If other people knew that we're passing on information, that's all we do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You ladies have a good afternoon.
Two.
Okay. We got our next offices to go to.